Now, did Santa get you some of these this year? CDs, of course, we're talking about. Despite their popularity at this time of year, CD sales are actually in decline generally, and since the closure of high street shops like Woolworths, supermarkets are their biggest sellers. Some famous artists are even bypassing record deals altogether and signing exclusive contracts with stores like Asda and Tesco.
Unless you're a recently reformed man band who can sell 500,000 albums in a week, the question is this: how do you get the public to buy these? CD album sales have dropped as the popularity of downloading single tracks has risen. These days, the biggest sellers of CDs are now supermarkets, and artists are jostling for space on the shelves there.
I am old, but there's a wisdom.
After a 40-year career, songwriter BURGH runs his own label and has signed an exclusive deal with Asda for his new album Moonfleet.
Record companies nowadays, they will put the money into promotion for the first couple of weeks. If you haven't charted significantly, or if you haven't done particularly well at radio, then it just drifts away. With our deal with Asda, that record is in their store for months and months and months. It's available to be purchased. These are the realities.
The idea behind the thinking is that CDs are no longer luxury items, they're disposable ones, and the best way of selling them is when fans are out doing their weekly shop. They're impulse buys rather than things you actually go out and look for. Some of rock's greatest rebels have been tamed by retail giants. Last year, Bruce Springsteen signed a deal with Walmart, Asda's parent company. He then described the move as a mistake. And some pay a high price for the exclusivity tag. Girls Aloud's Nadine Coyle's first solo release was only sold through Tesco's. Every Little didn't help, and it went to number 47.
You have to know your demographic. It was a bit of a mistake. At the moment, people can get music anywhere. You know, you can download it on your phone, you can go on your computer, you can shops, all clothes shops, food shops, whatever, sell it. And I think to limit your record to just one place just seems to be a bit counterintuitive.
The DIY approach works for acts with a fan base, but new artists aren't stocked in supermarkets until they chart. Songwriter Claire MAGUIRE from Birmingham is tipped for big things in 2011, flying high in new talent polls commissioned by the BBC, MTV and HMV. She signed a record deal with Polydor.
I really wanted this record to be big, and I wanted it to get to as many people as possible, and Polydor are the biggest kind of label. I know that my music isn't as direct as a lot of other people that are coming out, and I need that kind of like backing and support for people to come and listen to it and to understand what I'm creating.
HMV is in splendid isolation as the only high street seller of music left, and has diversified into live concerts like its next big thing event. But it's confident the status quo between artist, record label and retailer will remain.
40% of all the sales of music in this country take place in the run-up to Christmas. So it's important as an artist to actually have a record company to back you, to make sure that you're actually in the store windows or at the front of store or on the chart walls or in the sort of recommended sections as well. So I think I can't think of one artist that really is out there dominating the charts without a record company to back them.
So until this bunch decide the tide is turning, record labels and retailers can just about keep their heads above water. Emma Jones, BBC News.
Let's have a look at the headlines now.